stand number 10 in the West. And when it comes on a buzzer beater on the road against a team with championship aspirations in a game you once trailed by 18, ladies and gentlemen, we present the Lakers and the Celtics, which was game one of our Thursday night doubleheader. And Bill Belichick there. And
that's the GOAT right there.
Oh, he walking around like he done won champion. Oh, he did.
And here's LeBron going to work on the drive. And he made the free throw for the three-point play.
I think he's going to have to do a lot of that if they want to get to that 8th spot, Kenny.
No, not as much, because the Clippers have really decided that they're not trying to make the playoffs.
What about the Sacramento Kings?
Yeah, but
they're going to be battling right there.
The Lakers and the Sacramento Kings, I'll put my money on them.
Jaylen Brown with a finish there. So the Lakers trailed by 18. Rondo and LeBron trying to coach him up on the sidelines, and you saw LeBron hit the three, and then Contavious Caldwell-Pope, who went where, Chuckster?
University of Georgia.
Thank you very much. And LeBron,
nice
you. So they were down by 18 and then down by 9 at the half, and then outscored the Celtics 42-27 in the third quarter. Kyle Kuzma from deep.
They're not being traded, playing much more looser.
LeBron James from deep.
I tell you what, this was a really bad loss by the Celtics.
Then watch Rondo.
Oh, got him. You can't guard me, big dog. Move the feet, big man.
That's the first of his buzzer beaters. Little foreshadowing, 99-93.
I got you, though. Oh, who he play for, Ernie?
Daniel Tice plays for the Celtics.
Boy.
So does Terry Rozier.
Yeah.
And Terry Rozier again. He had 19. Tice had 20 off the bench. They had 61 bench points, did the Celtics. LeBron for three. So it's a one-point game, and then Kyrie Irving right back at you.
Sidestep.
That's the same stuff he hit in the championship game, right?
Close to it.
Kyle
the other
Kuzma.
side of the floor.
Oh, nice move.
So they're down by 2. And then when Marcus Morris hit this three, it was a 6-point game, 124-118, with a $1:25 to play, and it wasn't over. LeBron saves, gets it back, and bottoms it out. So we were tied at 124. Kuzma for three again puts the Lakers on top by 1. Kyrie, Celtics back on top. And it would come down to this.
Trying to get at LeBron, but they couldn't. Brandon Ingram says, you know what? I'm going to try to make it happen. 6 seconds to go. No one gives up on the play on the Lakers. Good tip by Tyson. All the way to Rondo!
And at the horn, the Lakers down 18 at one point, win it in Boston.
What a heck of a game.
To go 28-27. Another
look. The rim.
Right place, right time. Get it, Rondo. Throw it up there. That was great. That was great clock awareness by Rondo, too.
Without question.
And as the clock goes to zeros and the horn goes off, the Lakers walk off with their third one-point win of the season, 129-128. They hit a franchise record 22 threes after hitting a season-low 4 in that blowout loss at Indiana. They win this one 129-128, and Kristen Ledlow was working the sidelines.
Let us into your mind for a moment. You're back in the TD Garden, and you have an opportunity for a game winner. Where does your mind go if you let that ball fly?
Just get it up. Get the arc up. Believe it or not, I always dream like this, you know what I mean? But I couldn't picture it being this sweet coming back on, 13 years in, where it all started. Team struggling right now, and I think it's definitely a confidence booster for us.
LeBron, you recorded a triple-double in a week that you've slowly but surely been working your way back into this lineup. Can you evaluate your performance and how you feel physically?
Physically, I'm getting there. I'm not quite 100% yet, but every game, every quarter, every time I get hit, it's letting me know that I'm getting back into form. So, to be able to come in this hostile environment, for us to have a collective group win, big time.
Congrats on the win.
Thank you so much.
Guys.
Lakers 129-128. Chris Webber gave some details on this as they were going off the air after that game. But yesterday, Luke Walton gave the Lakers the day off, basically had an optional practice. couple of guys showed up, and then more and more gathered, and then they were first playing one-on-one, then 4-on-4. The guy who was leading that whole thing was Rajon Rondo. And then he comes back tonight, hits the game winner. I mean, obviously the concerns were legitimate. We talked about this earlier when you've got a team that has a lot of young guys all wondering, am I going to get traded and that kind of thing. Once you see that light at the end of the tunnel, freed them all up.
You know, this is what championship chemistry to the next level would be. You know, when you have better players, I don't know if the Lakers have enough talent to be that, or they're trying to be a playoff team. But you're being a playoff team, this is that chemistry that you're talking about. I like it to drive in a car, Ernie. So if you're driving a car and your gas is on E, you drive the car a little bit differently because you're like, oh, let me turn the AC off. Let me not drive it. But the gas doesn't change the way you should drive the car, really. It's the where you need to go. It doesn't change but everyone changes. You're sitting there nervous. You're like, am I going to ride? If I'm going to stop, But when you have a full tank of gas, you drive the car, no thought. The Lakers today had a full tank of gas. They're able to drive with no concern.
Don't even start, Shaq. Don't even start about half full and.
I'm just telling you.
I don't want to hear. Does it work when you turn the air conditioner off?
But no, what I'm saying, you drive cautious.
AC ain't got nothing to do with the gas.
No, but people get nervous and they start doing all of those crazy
ain't got nothing to do with the gas.
When it has nothing to do with driving the car.
19 years we've been together. That's the stupidest thing.
No,
He is the king of the
It's
analogy.
way over your head, son. It's way
I
over
was just
your head.
afraid he was going to go down that whole road about just
Listen,
put
Chuck made a good point earlier.
Okay.
Or Chuck or Kenny. Okay,
That's probably me.
trade deadline is over.
It's over.
So now the guys have an opportunity, a couple months to say, you know what?
I'm going to let y'all know, don't trade me.
Exactly. Show up and play, and they did that. I don't think Kyle Kuzma should ever be on the trading blocks. I like that kid. I like the way he plays.
Well, you know.
Well, if you're going to get an Anthony Davis type player,
Yeah, but I wouldn't do
he
that.
might be on your trade block because that's the type of player that could help you if you're New Orleans or you're someone else.
I'm never trading Kyle Kuzma.
Okay, I like that.
But, you know,
Everybody else can go.
well, clearly it wasn't enough. You know, they just played free after that butt kicking, and you can tell psychologically they were not in the Indiana game. They just weren't there. This was like night and day.
Because they got a full tank of gas.
Yeah, well, they stopped.
They turned off the AC.
Yeah, but Ernie, players.
Or when they got to half, they just filled it up.
No! I'm not going to allow that.
America, when you get to half, just spend
We're not going to
$20
allow
and
that
get back
tonight.
on full.
We've been down that road
I'm telling
way
you.
too many times.
Stop it, Chuck.
Way
I'm
too
doing
many
it tonight on the
Stop
way
it,
to
Chuck.
McDonough.
Wait.
So
You said stop it, Chuck.
no, that's what Shaq always.
okay.
Ernie says it to me.
Okay, you've made your point, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, it was just, or they were just, they're not just them guys. And my favorite thing is jocks don't listen to the radio, don't read the newspaper. That's total BS. Everybody knows all the stuff that's going around.
And especially with social media now,
Yes.
too, there's no way you don't hear
You
or see
can't.
it.
And my man Woj, who does a fantastic job at ESPN, if I was on the trade block, I would never I'd keep my TV off if he was around. But Woj be telling you stuff. He does a great job. But, you know, it's tough. Those are kids, too. I mean, those guys, they only been in the NBA a couple years. They ain't never been traded. They've always been the best college player. They've always been told how great they are. And then they're like, wait, they're giving up like 7 of us and 2 draft picks, and we must really suck. I mean, think about that. If you look at that trade, they're like, wait, we're getting up everybody and draft picks for one guy? That's got to hurt your pride.
Huge win for the Lakers, 129-128 at Boston. How about San Antonio and Portland, which was game 2 of our double dip? A couple of members of Team LeBron, Damian Lillard and LaMarcus Aldridge.
This is, man, I tell you, I like the addition of Rodney Hood to this, because somebody said something during that game, man. The Warriors, I love the Nuggets, but the Warriors the only sure thing in the West. My Nuggets been coming back down to earth.
Get him.
Aldridge.
I might have to switch to the fish fillet. Them Nuggets,
Here's the man you speak of, Rodney Hood.
them Nuggets ain't been tasting good.
Rodney Hood had 14. Pop's
Nuggets
not
been
happy.
dry, Chuck.
My Nuggets been dry.
Good pass.
Nurkic.
I might have to switch to them fish fillet.
70-57 Portland at the half, but San Antonio comes back at him. Rudy Gay had 16 in the third quarter. And Rudy would finish with 25 on the night.
Rudy looked like he know what he's doing.
Oh, my God. Step to the side. And
Tell you what,
Look like big shot Bob out here, don't he?
this Portland team, they could be dangerous.
Dame Dalla.
yes.
DeMar DeRozan had 35 on the night. Also 6 rebounds and 6 assists. His 10th game with 30.
Where did Paul Gasol go?
Pau Gasol was in San Antonio.
Okay, he didn't go anywhere. That's
No, it's Marc Gasol.
They have an age limit on guys.
No, I'm just saying he hasn't played in I don't know where, how long.
Hey, they have an age limit. Oh, nice play.
So 98-95, they had trailed by more than 20.
That's good ball movement right there.
But how about C.J. McCollum? Third straight 30-point game. It's the first time he's ever had 3 straight in his career.
Tell you, those guys,
Oh, give me that.
Lillard after the steal, 115-101.
Oh, Nurkic.
And yes, it is.
Great pass.
Portland Trail Blazers win at 127-118. That rodeo trip for the Spurs, that 8-game trip begins 0-3 as they lose at Sacramento, Golden State, and now Portland.
what are they at next?
Next, they are at Utah.
Oh, that's another loss.
Then at Memphis, and then it's the All-Star break, and then it's Toronto, New York, and Brooklyn on the road. 127-118.
You said they play the Knicks?
Yeah, they do. So there's
It's light at the end of the tunnel.
there's a W. Portland now 33-0 when they lead after 3, 0-21 when they trail.
That's not a good
to the
stat.
fourth quarter. Why?
You don't wait. No, that tells me something about that team.
Oh, the stat's not bad. It's just
No, the
you
stat
don't
is
like
bad.
what the stat tells you.
The stat like 0-21 if you don't have a 33-0 when you got the lead.
Going to the fourth quarter.
And
0-21 when you trail going to the fourth quarter. That's pretty rare.
That's rare.
Rare, that's unacceptable.
and unacceptable.
They can quit after 3 quarters then.
Hey, let's talk about the trade deadline. So when you see some of the power, when you look at the powers in the East, okay, so Milwaukee is the number 1 team in the East right now, and they add Mirotic from New Orleans, and then you've got number 2 is Toronto, and you add Marc Gasol. Number 3, Boston didn't do anything. Number 5, Philadelphia, very busy. Elton Brand was all over the place. Getting Tobias Harris.
I love exactly what they did.
And Boston and Indiana flip-flopped tonight with the Pacer win and the Celtic loss. But who won the trade deadline in your mind, Kenny?
Well, I think the future between Milwaukee and Philadelphia probably have won for the future. I think adding that many guys to your locker room in Philadelphia could be risky. If you were just adding Tobias, that would be different. But having that many new personalities, win, lose, or draw, could be risky. But for the future, they are secure. Regardless of what Jimmy Butler does, you have a guy like Tobias Harris who will be could move into the 3rd scorer role or the 2nd scorer role at times. Milwaukee, great pickup. And same with Toronto, because I really think Gasol was something they're missing. I don't think they had a guy who could score on the low post on a consistent basis, so they could throw the ball down to him and spread 4 guys around where, Kawhi doesn't have to be the primary, just dribble all over the floor. Just throw it in the mark and spread out, and let's see what happens.
If Marc Gasol goes into the starting lineup, who comes out of the starting lineup for Toronto?
Well, that to me is a big decision they got to make, because if you take Mark out, you put Mark in, your team, I think you need Serge out there.